Dinesh D'Souza, the man, the filmmaker, the great conservative with us right now. Welcome, Dinesh D'Souza.
Thank you.
KJP, when asked about how come there's only $100 million going to North Carolina, yet $157 million going to Lebanon, while she claimed that they needed Congress to get more funding for hurricane victims, yet they found more money for Lebanon, the home of Hezbollah, being financed by the country that wants to wipe Israel and the United States off the map, Iran. So there's a little bit of hypocrisy going on there. When she was confronted, she closed the book and ran out of the room. We just talked about Mayorkas yesterday saying, couldn't answer the question that Jackie Heinrich from Fox asked, very relevant, that there was an Afghan national who was plotting an assassination or a terror event on Election Day, and Mayorkas said, I can't talk about that. I'm in North Carolina right now. It was 2.5 weeks later, and he was there for 6 hours. Anyway, my point is they keep hiding. They keep off. At some point, Jen Psaki saying, first gentleman is redefining masculinity. The guy who slapped his girlfriend so hard her face was in the back and told his baby mama nanny, who he got pregnant, to abort her. I mean, they just gaslight. And why don't the American people see it, Dinesh?
I think the explanation is this, and that is that there is a juggernaut of media propaganda that is hitting the voter who is sort of in the middle. What I mean is that the middle of the road voter, the undecided voter, who's not all that into politics, is very little exposed to conservative media. What they're getting is mainstream media lying to them, gaslighting them, basically saying to this guy, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your pocketbook. Don't believe gas prices or grocery prices. Don't believe all the crime you see around you. Don't believe the hordes of people you see crashing over the border. Don't even believe the idiocy that you see in Kamala Harris. Believe this kind of smoke and mirrors new Kamala Harris that we're presenting you. I don't think that people are going to go for it. I think this is an attempt to turn the American people into complete suckers, and they're not.
Yeah, I think one of the more profound moments of what you're just saying right there is 2 days ago when Ron DeSantis, when he was asked, why didn't you take Kamala Harris's phone call? He said, number one, I didn't know she called. Number two, for 4 years, she's been the vice president. We've had plenty of hurricanes down here, natural disasters down here in those 4 years, but somehow this is the one time she cares about a storm in the state of Florida, and happens to be 3 weeks before an election. It's incredible how they're trying to, and by the way, she received exactly 0 votes to be the next president, yet now she's the candidate. So here, the question is, Trump now has Elon Musk as a supporter. He's got Dana White from UFC as a supporter. He's got more and more of these influencers as supporters. Will that be enough to move the needle to close the door on Kamala Harris? Or is there this wave of we want our first African-American female president that is sweeping the country? What do you think?
I don't think there's any such wave at all. I think people are looking hard at the two candidates. I think Trump is emerging as the authentic guy that people have lied about, that they've said all these things about him. And as people get a closer look at him, they're like, not only are those things dubious, they're flatly untrue. Trump is a threat. Trump is a danger. Well, yeah, he is, but not to democracy or to the country. He's a danger to the Democrats. He's a danger to the remaking of America that Obama promised and that's being carried out under Obama and then now under Biden and Harris. I think also people are taking a good look at Harris and they're seeing that she is a hollow vessel. Not only that, but there's something very disturbing going on that is obvious for people with eyes to see. The Democrats really don't operate in the normal mode anymore. They operate as a junta or as a regime. The regime installed Biden. Biden was sitting in the canoe, but he clearly hasn't been steering the canoe. The deal was obviously that when the regime decides to get rid of him, he has to go quietly. And quite honestly, it seems obvious that Kamala has come in under the same deal. No primary. You can be the face of the party, but we're going to be telling you what to do. And frankly, if you become inconvenient, we hit the eject button and you have to go out with a smile or with a cackling laugh. So think how scary it is that for the past 4 years, we don't know, Eric, you or I, who has been really running the country, and the Democrats are offering us 4 more years of the same.
I would suggest it's Barack Obama. I suggest it's been like that since 2008 when Before the election, Dinesh, if you remember this, before the election,
do.
he says, we're 5 days away from fundamentally changing America. Can you imagine? He gave us a warning sign, 5 days, and here we are, whatever, 10, 12 years later, and we are now still paying the price of Barack Obama's changing of America.